fights. We do finally get to watch a mirror match today, which is always fun to see.
Yeah,
how these things go.
Yeah, and from the looks of it, we're seeing what looks to be the rank 3 version.
All right.
And this is a Skystriker version. So we're seeing two different versions against each other.
It's always nice.
You know, it's going to be a pretty good match. I believe the players were at table 7 or 9 when we grabbed them. So they're pretty far up there. They're the top tables for sure.
Yep. We have Christian. I'm not going to bother with that. Meury. He'll be playing our rank 3 variation today, and then so he's on the right, and on the left we have Liam Graham. He's playing the Skystriker variation on the left. So you see currently right now on his face.
And both of them are X11.
Okay, so
which is
tie on the day.
Yeah. So that's a nice tie. Obviously, a win here would be great. Both of them are going to shoot for winning this round and the next round. That's going to
obviously top here, win here, win out after this.
Yeah.
And they go snake eyes on the dice rolls. Don't know who won that dice roll. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Let's see how this starts.
Player 2 is going first, which would be Christian because he's on the right, and that's player 2. All right. So we get to see the rank 3 variation start this game off. I see an Aqua Dolphin in hand.
Always a fun tech.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember hearing about that after, what was it, European Nationals?
Yeah, that was Euros, I believe, in which the finals was won with Neospatian Aqua Dolphin.
So it's always a fun thing, especially with this new time.
And he doesn't look like he opened that well.
Yeah. I saw another one in there also, so he's got multiple.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, when he gets to pitch a hand trap, that's going to be a thing.
That's going to be very helpful in the long run for him, and very harmful to Liam here. Well, depending on which one he hits and which.
Yeah, absolutely.
How far Liam has to wait now.
This is a tough pick because looking at the board, Liam opened up to where no matter what is pitched, he can probably make something.
Yep.
And at least, do something off of it that's going to be detrimental to Christian's plans. Which obviously we are looking for, which variation is going to come out on top here. I currently play the rank 3 variation of this deck.
Do you also run the Aqua Dolphin within it, or no?
That's the thing that I don't do. I don't play the Aqua Dolphin. I do play the Gillosaurus, but actually don't play the Fossil Dig.
Okay.
I found that the Fossil Dig was just too excessive.
Yep.
And my main issue with it was that if I activate it and someone draws me, it's like I'm playing like a 43 to 45 card deck. It's like I want to see Call by the Grave.
You want to see that stuff, and it kind of hampers that ability. Yeah, I get that. It makes plenty of sense here. Whew. Looks like he was able to get that Octastretch back. That's right, because he still had the Rhoda.
Yes. Which he's going to link into Linkuriboh probably.
And that's one card I love seeing, especially with True King Dino, because I do the Banish Miscellaneousaurus for Aolo Drac.
Yeah.
And I go into Linkuriboh, and I love doing that with because it puts you can get True King Calamities in the main monster zone, and you just link away that Linkuriboh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really gives you more to work with, or you can keep the Linkuriboh if you really just want to.
Yeah.
If you can't attack all their monsters, or if you're going first, leave it. They try to attack or something, they can't activate that now.
There is a Soul Charge in Liam's hand. I think he's debating on using it.
He can get the upper advantage here on at least the board.
Yeah.
Problem is he's not going to be able to attack with that board.
Yeah. Who knows? I honestly don't know if he can U-board with this or not. I'm actually curious to see if he can U-board with this. I've never seen a U-board come out of something that looks anything like this, but it'll be interesting to see because it's possible. You know, there's nothing saying you can't, considering how crazy Gouki can be.
I think his big problem right now is just making sure it was having to waste that rotor to get that second Octa stretch, which he had in hand. You know, had that not happened, I think he would have been a little bit better off here in the long run here.
Absolutely. And there's a Ghost Ogre to the activation of the Soul, which I believe was to the search activation. Now, although Christian did not open phenomenally, he had the hand trap.
Yes.
I think he has another hand trap.
He had an Ogre and a Ash Blossom, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I can't quite tell.
Oh, you mean Christian? I never saw his. I was thinking Liam. I'm sorry.
It looks like Christian has a second Ghost Ogre. From the looks of it, I can't see it that well. It's a little like his
hand is.
It's a little dark for me to be able to see it. Looks like he drew to a spell. Looks like Gouki rematch maybe.
Yeah, I do think I see the Ogre there. Always a pretty art and pretty color scheme on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of those hands. I mean, I have all of the
Ghost
Girls. Yeah, they're all very pretty with their artwork. Not one that I haven't liked yet. Other than the effects that they have.
Yeah. We're seeing the Rhoda come down now, which is going to grab the Gouki Suprex. I think he has a Gouki Headbat in hand. I thought I saw one at least. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like he had one.
Yeah, I've had a hard time trying to see Christian's hand right now, so I'm not too totally sure what he's got.
Well, we know that he is. Yep. So he did have the Headbat. I wasn't 100% sure, but he does indeed have it. He's thinking about trying to link and what he wants to.
He's got to be careful because if he remembers correctly, he knows there is an Ash and an Ogre in Liam's hand.
Yes.
So he definitely got to be smart with his move here.
Yeah, and looking at what he can do, the Ash and the Ogre are going to be somewhat difficult to play around, both of them. However, with that being said, Liam is down Soul Charge. And if Christian uses his Headbat and his Suprex to make a Soul Day, he can essentially dodge the Ghost Ogre and only lose one search from his Goukis if Liam decides to Ash Blossom him.
Yeah.
Which he may not even decide to do. But you still order it with the Soul Day Chainlink 1 and the Headbat and Suprex's Chainlinks 2 and 3. So, we are going to see the Isolde. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So he did do the chain correctly, which is good. You know, that's obviously what we want to see is some nice games going here. So he searches looks like a Headbat off of Suprex. I'm assuming he's going to add a Gouki rematch. That would probably be correct.
Yep. And this is, again, seeing people who know how to play their decks. They know how to order their chain links. And there's a reason they're 4-1-1 today.
Absolutely. And I think I slipped up there saying that he's going to add Gouki rematch because I'm pretty sure he has a Gouki rematch in hand, if I remember correctly. Or maybe he doesn't. It looks like he might have one that he's adding. Okay, so he's adding Gouki rematch. So he must have a different card in his hand. I just couldn't identify it. And off the Isolde, he's going to grab the Suprex.
Well, this is definitely hard to watch when you're a Gouki player yourself playing again in your match because you know, like, this is the play that you were trying to set up that they stopped you with.
Absolutely.
So now you just have to sit there and watch it go down.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. It makes things slightly difficult. Now, Liam has opted to not Ash Blossom anything yet, or Ghost Ogre the Isolde. I figured he would have attempted to Ghost over the Assault at this point.
Yeah.
But he's also being cautious because who knows, Christian could be playing a second copy of Assault in his extra deck. And he can actually
check that right now.
Yeah, we can check that.
And he is not actually playing 2.
Okay. I know for a while we saw people playing 2, and then it kind of dropped in popularity to play 2, and now people just kind of stick with 1. You really don't see.
I know in the Noble Knight deck build I've been trying to do, I run 2 Isold.
Yeah. In Noble Knights, it's definitely
it's a great
necessary.
2 of, but I'm very interested to see why he hasn't. I mean, he still has Link Karibo on board.
Yes, absolutely.
So he can definitely stop that attack.
Yeah, unless Christian has the ability, which he probably does have the ability to play around the Link Karibo, something like Nightmare Unicorn, or if he can get a Tri-Gate out with at least 2 co-links, he can banish the Link Karibo. So there are possibilities here. It's just about what he's going to do with his.
I don't think he would be able to get to that point though, because we do have the Ogre and the Ash in hand, and if he is starting to go to that route, I feel like Liam will catch that.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult road for him for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so he activates the Aqua Dolphin. And the question is, what is he going to discard? Oh, so he's got 2 Ogres. He might discard the Ash.
Yeah.
That way he's stuck with double Ogre.
That is a hard hand to have right now.
But if yes, okay, so he did get rid of the Ash. That was probably the smartest move for him to make. And there is the Nightmare Phoenix. The Octa Stretch is going to trigger.
Looks like he searches
Twist Cobra. Which is the lovely attack boosting Gouki, which you can win a lot of games off of. There's actually a game I was playing the other night on Dueling Book. I was playing against Dark Magician, which I don't see very often. But the guy was playing like Gozen Match and Rivalry, because in Dark Magician you aren't really hurt by it.
No, it's spellcasters and darks.
Yeah, it's all the same, so it doesn't matter if you have both of those floodgates in there, it's going to help you. And I just ended up getting Suprex and Twist Cobra out every turn and just pumping up the Suprex with Twist Cobra and just being able to beat over everything and win, which, you know, is kind of neat to see happen.
It's always nice, It's always great to see when your deck runs so smoothly.
Yeah.
Really makes you feel like you're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it just hurts when you finally get to those big tournaments and it's just like, can't draw anything.
Yeah, you get kicked to the curb, basically.
Yeah. It's also a great time to say, all right, well, it works here, but it didn't work here. Why? Go back to the drawing board, rethink. It's a great way to learn your deck even better, learn more mechanics behind the game.
Absolutely.
Find a better deck, maybe. It's a great way to learn and just improve yourself overall, too.
So the Phoenix Blade is being added back by banishing what was, I believe, an Aqua Dolphin and then the Suprex.
Yeah.
We're going to see some Link action going on here, I think.
Yeah, get rid of that Icehold.
That or he's going to make Unicorn. It'll be one or the other. He might try and Unicorn the...
Yeah, it looks like he's thinking that Unicorn, and that's exactly what he goes into.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't summon it next to the Phoenix. He could have drawn an extra card. But alright, we'll go with that. He's kind of searching his extra deck for some possible answers, I think.
I think he's
making a Link Karibo.
Yeah,
I feel like that play could have been done a lot differently.
Yeah, a lot. Give him a little bit more here.
Yeah.
But he's putting up a damage board. He's putting up damage right now, which is always great to see.
Yeah, this is going to be a very slow-paced Gouki match, at least for game 1.
Yep.
Considering how both these guys kind of drew and have played out.
I mean, at least for game 1, it's really up now to see what Liam can set up.
because of the soul charge. He kind of put himself down there a little bit. So if he can't put any monster, put up a board here, it's kind of might just be easier to scoop. But it looks like he does have play here. See, he's got Suprex.
I think he's on the Twist Cobra off the Suprex, which is going to. Oh, he's
the
got
Prodicus.
The Prodicus, which is
Always a
really good card.
Yeah. For those who don't know, it points down. I think it also points up.
Yes.
Yeah, it points down and up. And once per turn, you can target a card and change its attribute.
Oh, not even that. You just activate it and you declare the attribute or the type, and it changes all cards that it points to that attribute or type. So if your opponent has a monster in the zone that it points to, then it changes their attribute or type too, depending.
Which is a great way to get out that Summon Sorceress and kind of push back there.
It's a card that I think would be pretty neat in Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
If Dinosaurs played like Rivalry or Gozen.
Yeah.
Because you can just
It's definitely a great card that I'm thinking to start citing in more on the bigger tournaments. Definitely with True King Dinos because it saves those True Kings.
Absolutely.
I can now go in and save them. It also doesn't hurt with Lost World, the field spell, because now my True Kings, if that's on the field, don't lose that 500. I mean, again, 2,500 is still great attack within the 2000s, but it's just that much better now when it's now also a dinosaur.
And it looks like the Summon Sorceress was hit with a Ghost Ogre.
Always a hard thing to see here.
And the Headbat was special summoned by discarding the Suprex, so we're going to see what Link 2 can possibly be made here. I feel like a Cerberus should probably pop the Link Karibo.
Yeah, it would be your best bet right now.
Unless he has an Isolde, which I'm not sure.
They both are running one I sold. And it looks like he's going to go with the Cerberus. His only problem is I believe both Phoenix and Unicorn are higher in attack.
Yes, but he pops the Phoenix. So now we're going to see what he does about the Link Karibo and the Unicorn, because I'm curious to see how this turns out for him.
Now, the other problem here is Cerberus doesn't have any arrows pointing down into the main monster area, so he's got to either link away that Cerberus or he's only putting on monsters now that are not extra deck monsters.
Yeah, it's a little more difficult. The Link Karibo effect will be used there.
Don't quite remember the attacks on both monsters, so I don't know if he has game. I do know that Unicorn's higher.
Yeah, so Unicorn is 2,200 and Cerberus is 1,600.
So that is exactly game if he does decide to attack.
Yeah, he can literally just enter battle phase, but he's going to normal summon the Twist Cobra.
I think he's doing this just to be safe.
Yeah, just as a precaution, which you can't blame him. I think Octastretch halves the battle damage. That's probably the first time that I've ever seen that effect pop up.
Okay.
Actually, I literally have my Gokis right in front of me right now, so I have to look up the Octastretch here because I think that's how it works. I honestly have never even used that effect of it. That's how little it's seen. But Octastretch reads if your opponent's monster attacks during damage calculation, you can discard this card, and the damage you take from that battle is halved.
Okay. Yep. So he was waiting.
Yeah, it didn't make a difference though because Christian was able to attack with the Twist.
Yeah, and I guess it was smart for Christian to play a little safe there than to go with that second monster.
Yeah. It's literally that little extra thought process that always gets you to win.
I mean, that's something that, having that mirror match and having those cards right in front of you
it is. I guess maybe he did see that also or knew that ahead of time, so he thought if he does have that octo stretch, it definitely was smart of him to do that.
Yeah, that's called that's really just called intuition and knowing your deck. If you know what the deck does and you can think about something that far ahead, you're just gonna do things right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. People were talking about in the in the chat that Gokis have other effects than
special
summoning and searching. Yeah, they actually do. The most frequent one that I see, other than the Suprex special summon, is Twist Cobras. I don't count Headbat special summon as like something, and people said even in the chat, other than special summon and search. Twist Cobra's attack boost is probably the most frequently used one because if you get hit with like Rivalry or Gozen, you basically, if you don't have like back row destruction for it, you have to do something, and damage is your best option.
Mm-hmm. Try to end it as fast as possible and get out of that situation completely.
It looks like Leah may have started power shuffling upside down, maybe?
I'm not sure.
That or he accidentally like went to shuffle his deck and shuffled part of it upside down.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I think he's fixed it.
Yeah, it looked like he fixed it.
That's one thing I always find myself checking is I always check to make sure one end is, as I pull up it you get that edge of the sleeve where it opens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you have to do a little extra riffle to check and make sure everything is where it should be.
Because you'd hate to accidentally have something get switched, and you get they just see that and they call you on it, and like
it's never a good time.
It's never a great time to get pulled aside, deck checks and whatnot. But
looking at it, I can pretty much guarantee Liam will probably go first here.
To my knowledge, I think there's been only we have a question here about penalties and warnings. I think today we've only had 2 game losses on stream.
Yeah, on stream we've only had 2 game losses
from game
irreparable game state. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do think there was maybe 1 warning about sportsmanlike conduct today.
I think it actually escalated to a DQ.
Okay.
There was an incident that we had in which someone refused to sign a match slip because they disagreed with a judge's ruling.
Okay.
Which you don't see that very often. But as far as like warnings and punishments go, it happens at every event you go to. You're going to see warnings no matter what. Like you're going to have people who have irreparable game states. You're going to have people who have illegal activations. Naturally, it's just going to happen. Some people go to events who are really good players, and they just completely forget that something goes a certain way, and then there are other people,
I mean, I've found myself sometimes going like Ash Blossom, like you can't ash that. I'm like, oh right, sorry. And they're like, it's fine. Just,
like those kind of mistakes are bound to happen.
But it's when that person tries to escalate, like, no, I can Ash Blossom, that you want to, like the judge gets called and then the warnings give out. But for the most part, I feel like most people can handle it themselves on something simple like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there have been times where like I play a decent amount of dueling book because like if someone doesn't want to physically like play cards against me, I have to practice somehow.
Yeah. And it's hard if you're like one of the only people in your area.
Yeah.
The locals is a farther away ride.
Yeah, and for me to get to my locals, it'll take me like 45 minutes. I just don't feel like driving 45 minutes to and back when I have like work in the morning. Usually, like a lot of people have to work in the morning, so it makes it difficult. But I mean, as far as the issues go with, I don't want to say cheating, but in a way like illegal activations and issues and things like that. I find oftentimes that when I play online, there are a lot more people who are uneducated on the mechanics of the game than in real life, which is bound to happen because you're going to get people who played like way back when Yu-Gi-Oh first started in America, like Legend of Blue Eyes, and they still think that like I have people who I know who personally will like come up to me that I went to high school with, and they'll say, "Hey, I heard you play Yu-Gi-Oh." They're like, "Well, I used to have the God cards as a kid," and like I kind of laugh it off because in the back of my mind I'm like, "Okay, but the God cards have never been used."
Yeah, they're not really worth using.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. Oh, well, I had Blue Eyes White Dragon, I had Dark Magician.
You chuckle like,
Cool. It's like okay, it's like everyone has Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. Like the
reprints are everywhere. Yeah, a structure deck for Blue Eyes and Magician.
Yeah, so like the last like 2 or 3 years have been Megatons with Kaiba and Yugi on them, which have had Dark Magician and Blue Eyes in all of them. So it's nothing like...
There's my school, I'm part of a club at my school for board games. And one of the guys was just talking to me, and he found out that I play Yu-Gi-Oh! So he's like, I haven't played since Synchros just became a thing. Do you mind teaching me? I'm like, I'd love to. It's just... He's like, today, and I'm like as in Saturday today, and I'm like, I am actually here all day. So he's like, okay, so... But it's just one of those things, like, you haven't played in so long that you just want to relearn. And it's an easy game to pick up if you're ready to listen and you're willing to learn.
Yeah, and to kind of comment on the whole abusing, like, the rule change with slow plays and whatnot, and people being mean. Doesn't matter what game you play.
You're always going to find those people.
Yeah, you could play Yu-Gi-Oh! You could play any other card game. I'm not even going to go down the list because there's so many
everywhere.
If anyone was around when Xbox 360 with Xbox Live was a thing, you hop into an Xbox Live party or Call of Duty chat in there, and you're not making it out alive.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't matter where you go. People are gonna be mean and rude no matter what. You just kind of have to like suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna be mean, so what? Like just move on with your life. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep it up.
If you like the game, play the game for enjoying it. Don't play the game because like people just are expected to be nice to you.
And these big tournaments, you're gonna definitely find toxic players all the time.
Yeah.
Trying to take advantage of maybe someone who doesn't know, like might get flustered by a larger venue or something. So
absolutely.
It's why it's always smart to play a lot at your locals. Find someone to play test with you a lot. Someone who knows the game. Maybe teach you, so that way you can learn together how this stuff works.
Yeah.
We smart to just sit down on Dueling Network.
Dueling Book now.
Dueling Book, sorry.
Network got closed down.
Yes, I remember that. Dueling Book, they're like virtually the same, just different names.
Yeah.
Just read cards. That's what I did to get ready for today. Having not actually properly commentated on a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, I just sat down and read through a lot of these decks and their mechanics, and Dueling Book was really helpful for that. So
it's a lot of practice, and you guys are in the chat. It's absolutely true. There are toxic players in every game. Like I said, you have to kind of just deal with it. People are gonna be what they want to be. You may not like it, and other people may not like it, but like you can't change someone because you just don't like their attitude. As great as that would be, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So I see that all the time. I have friends who are like, "Oh, I'd love to learn how to play this game," and a lot of times I'll tell them, "You might not want to learn how to play this game because it can be like
obnoxious.
It can be obnoxious. The crowds not necessarily will be rowdy, but they can just be more." Rude is a good word, but that's every card game. It doesn't matter. It's any game in general.
Yep.
Like
they can be brash. They can be a little more abrasive with their attitudes.
Yeah, but like watching this game, you can see like Christian and Liam. They're playing a mirror match, and neither of them are getting like flustered about anything. They're just playing their combos.
Doing what they know.
Yeah, they're just doing what they know
until they can be told to stop.
And that you can't ask like anything more of.
No, not at all.
Like if my opponent isn't the most talkative person and they're just playing their deck, but they're not being rude, I don't mind. They're playing the game. They're playing the game. And they're doing what they want to do. I'm not going to argue that. I think that that's something that earns my respect, knowing that they can do that. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing these guys just playing the game, and it's a mirror match. So Gouki mirrors tend to go a little bit longer than a lot of matches, as we've seen before.
I will not be surprised if this goes into time. We're only in game 2, and we're already reaching almost the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
The 30-minute mark in the match, 10 minutes left total.
Yeah. And looking at Christian's deck, he main decks 3 Aqua Dolphin. So going into game 3, if Christian decides that he just wants to run the clock down by letting his opponent combo off, he could go into game 3 and on his first turn get into the Aqua Dolphin and just hit Liam for 500 and pick the game
call
up.
it a game. Yeah, it's definitely something that Liam has to watch out for and has to be heads up on with these plays upcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. And we, like you had mentioned before, we saw it at the Euros. We saw the Aqua Dolphin win in time in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the case here in round 7. We could see a win via Aqua Dolphin. Which those kind of wins always kind of get me.
It gives you a chuckle. Like when I remember first hearing about that at Euros, I was like, "What card?"
Yeah, I always get a good pop out of it. Yeah, I usually cheer.
Yeah,
for
and then I remember pulling it in the OTS pack. I'm like, "This is the card." I'm like, I didn't really expect to see what it was, so it's definitely an interesting card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. He's got Spiral Super Agent.
That's actually one of the things that I used to see all the time when Gouki
really
started getting popular. Because you, if worst comes to worst, you reveal it.
Yeah.
And you declare the top card. You can either figure out what your opponent's deck is and then special summon a warrior, or you just have another warrior in your hand that you could summon off like a Marauding Captain.
All right. Now, was this something that you saw side or main?
I saw a lot of it mained when Gouki first became popular. I haven't seen it in a while, so seeing it is kind of refreshing. I haven't seen that particular list in a hot minute, so it's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, I did not see that when we looked through his deck profile, deck list. So definitely caught me off guard right here, which is interesting. Was not expecting that.
Special summoning the Twist Cobra now.
Definitely has a U-lock on Christian now, so if he can wipe this board, he's got game with 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes to play for game 3.
Yes.
Hopefully eke out a quick win before the Aqua Dolphin.
And by the time their siding goes, they could be in the 7 or 6 minute mark.
Yeah.
And looking at Gouki do their plays, usually their plays take around 6 to 7 minutes for the U board.
Yep.
So if Christian can manage to go off with the Aqua Dolphin, there's a strong chance that prediction could come true for us. But it looks like the Unicorn is touching down, which will shuffle in the Octa Stretch. And
I think he has game by now.
This should definitely be game.
Everything should be co-linked here, so nothing's losing 1,000.
Yes,
by
that's
Nightmare,
correct.
Mermaid, sorry.
And I can almost guarantee that Christian is going to let him go into battle phase and just slowly pick away at him. So 300, 1,013, 800 from the Super X because it's down. It's 21, 25 with files, 46, 56.
And looks like it's game.
That's going to be game. And you can see Liam kind of speeding through his stuff, knowing that there's going to be a game 3.
That's it's gonna be a time crunch here for a deck that's not slow but has a lot to set up with.
Absolutely.
So I'm very interested to see where this goes here, how they set this up. Christian here, I'm assuming will definitely be wanting to go first.
Most likely.
He can set up a U board. He could set up the Dolphin.
Yeah, the Dolphin could, like I said, that could be the defining factor here. I know I've said that since the 20-minute mark now. If I'm predicting the future 20 minutes ahead, which seems to be the case today, I think
it's definitely slowing down here. The time's winding down. They gotta move. They don't have to move fast, but they gotta move smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Christian's case, the smart move obviously is
definitely Dolphin.
Definitely Dolphin. That's going to be what he wants to do primarily. That way he can just go ahead and put his opponent in a jam.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see him at least cited some of the sphere modes he has, just to be safe.
I don't think Christian will. I think Liam will. I don't think Christian has too much of a reason to, seeing he's going to be going first.
Yeah.
He'll probably definitely go for the Aqua Dolphins for sure if he sided them out. But he'll definitely be trying to play those out because he wants to hit that 500 to Liam on turn 1 and hopefully be able to just keep playing on his turn 1 into time, which, is going to be the deciding factor.
Very important here.
And Liam is most likely going to be going second, like I said, and looking at what Christian's going to be doing. He's thinking about what he wants to side a little bit.
Giving it one last side.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled 2 or 3 cards out of there.
I think it is 3 here.
I can't tell what he's getting or reaching for. I think he's kind of overthinking.
Yeah.
There are
the
sphere modes. Yeah, I saw the
Okay.
sphere modes. Who knows? He might actually. If he goes second, I'll be kind of shocked because I figure the Aqua Dolphin he's going to want to go
Well,
first.
the smart thing is Liam's playing a more classical U build, so let him go first, pass.
Player
and
1
just
is going first.
immediately go for that Aqua Dolphin. Let him waste as much time, because if you Aqua Dolphin like here with just under 6 minutes left,
Yeah.
that's 6 minutes for him to set up a board with what you only have pretty much an Aqua Dolphin here. So
Absolutely, and
I feel like this might be a risky but somewhat possibly safer bet here.
yeah. So Christian is opted to go second, which kind of shocked me because I figured with the amount of time left, maybe he doesn't know because I think his back is to the clock.
That how much time is left.
So he might not actually know how much time they personally have left in the round. But also, I think their clock is different because we grabbed them and they got a time extension.
Okay, that is true.
So the time that's on the screen is their time that they have, but the time in the physical event itself, I believe, is different.
Okay.
They have probably a 3-minute time extension, most likely.
Okay.
And Liam is deep in thought here as to what he's going to do. Looks like he revealed the super agent. And he does
summon.
I'm assuming he got the special summon off.
If it's on the field, I think he called it right there.
That or he normal summoned it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
But I think he called it right, most likely.
Well, we'll find out.
Goukis are primarily a monster deck, anyways.
Yeah. It's always a safe thing to play here to go call right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't tell if he's searching or if he's doing the
I saw
spell effect. Let's see.
Does Christian have that ogre?
Yeah, there's the hand trap there.
It looks like he has Ash. All right.
I think he thought that Liam was going to be siding to go second, and that's why he went with the sphere modes to kind of throw him off.
Yep.
And now Liam might actually be stuck with the
just
Isolde and nothing else.
It looks like he is kind of stumped here. This could have
be the
been the very smart move here.
And there's a Marauding Captain. Will he use the effect? He will. There is a headbat.
Looks like he too will go into his ISO. And now it's up to whether or not Liam's got the out to that. It looks like he might have had an Ash in hand and an Ogre. I'm definitely seeing an Ash in hand. I can't tell what that third card is. It looks like an Ogre.
I can't quite see it either. It does look like an Ogre to me.
Alright, so he looks like an Ash and an Ogre in hand, so I'm just waiting to see when he pulls that. Pulls one of those two. And it looks like there's the Ash.
Both players ashing each other's Isolde.
Alright. Now Christian's really got to be careful here because if he puts up the right board, he can have game, just poke, attack, crash with the Isoldes, and one more monster he's got.
Yes.
He's got an attack because it doesn't look like Liam's got much unless he top decks broken here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really interesting to see what he's going to do here.
But the real question is, what does Christian have, if anything? Can he? Oh, he's just going to kamikaze the two Isoldes, which kind of makes sense.
All right, yeah, get rid of both. You know, if I can't have mine, why can you have yours?
Yeah, absolutely. But the real question is, can Liam just go ahead and put the damage on board to win? Oh, and he has the Monster Reborn.
All right.
For the
was that the top deck there, or was that secret card we couldn't find in there? That was, if he did top that's the one he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
One card he would really like.
There's the
Living Fossil.
That's right, Living Fossil. Yeah, and he's bringing back the Super Agent. He might just try and push for damage here.
I don't blame him. He's got a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
It's a real smart thing to do. You can just start poking everything here.
Yeah, so he can swing for the damage here, which is going to be 3,500, I believe. Unless is Super Agent like down on attack points from Living Fossil?
I don't remember what Living Fossil does.
I feel like it does lose attack points.
I think it is something along the lines of it can attack or it loses.
It loses 1,000 attack and defense.
Okay.
So he's going to be basically hitting for 2,500.
Yep. And is that evenly matched? I just saw.
I believe it was at the end of the battle phase. He's going to definitely banish the Super Agent and the Living Fossil, seeing their lower attack points. And he'll probably pass here.
Seeing one card in hand, if we were correct, that would be an ogre. So obviously,
Monster Reborn.
Looks like there's a monster.
They both have the
Reborn.
Reborn.
Great top deck there for both sides. But now Christian's got to also put on damage here because if
he
he
has
passes,
25 seconds before
he's
time.
really gotta work
tribute.
it through here.
And there's the Gouki rematch. Does he have a second target? He doesn't have a second target, and he's only got 12 seconds left. He has to go into that battle phase, but I don't think he has.
I don't think he has enough damage here. Doesn't look like he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian does end up scooping because Liam had more damage on the board.
Yeah. Time is called.
That was
great game to watch, though.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Closed right down to the very end too, which was nice to see. Both guys top decking on that Monster Reborn, which was
talk about crazy.
Definitely something. Was very entertaining to see there.
Yeah, you don't see back-to-back Monster Reborns too often.
Not often. Yeah. Wonderful, funny thing to see there. Just the card you want, and it's just the card you needed, and that's what you see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say bless you, Liam, right there. Unless it's a cough, even then, bless you anyways. But, yeah, that was definitely a hard loss there for Christian right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watching as time goes down slowly, having maybe just that right bit, but both with the Ash, both with the Monster Reborn.
Yeah, it was just that was a little rough, but it wasn't terrible. It could have been worse for him. Christian did definitely put on a very good showing. That's for sure. It was I really enjoyed that Gouki mirror match.
A great one to watch there.
Yeah, absolutely.